And on to the next tray of goodies. So, give you a quick look, and then we'll pull out a couple items here. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Let's start with these calipers. Alright, here is a, oh nice, Union Tool Company, Orange, Massachusetts. That's another early caliper. Notice how much it looks just like a Starrett inside caliper. Actually, that's the Union Tool match to the other one. So we get a set here, inside and outside. Well, that'll be nice for somebody. This sweet little divider right here is a Craftsman. Nice design. It's got the ability to change the length of the leg, which is nice. At least I thought that's why this, unless it was an interchangeable thing and there was something else you could put in there. I thought it was so you could change the length of the leg so that as you open this up, well, considering how, wow, look at the small range this has. So yeah, I think that is to just make slight little changes to the length of the leg. These little Craftsman calipers were sweet at one point. Unfortunately, you can see that the see how this is bent up, and this end of this rod has been broken off. So it limits the maximum opening size on these to just shy of 1 inch, which is too bad because they're kind of nice little calipers. But I'll just sell those for a couple of bucks. This big sucker here is a good old Pratt. Pretty nice shape, actually. It's a big one. These are nice. Look at these dividers. These are Pexto number 12s. Well, you could use these in a metal fab shop today for scribing on, you know, sheet metal or whatever. I think that's pretty cool. Make circles with it, right? Bet you those ain't cheap. I had to laugh when I saw these because, you know, in part 1 I talked about how I went to the used tool store before I went to see this gentleman and buy his stuff. And one of the things I spotted at the used tool store was an incomplete set of Rethreading dies. And I contemplated buying them, but I figured I was going to have to pay like $5 or $10 for them, and I knew I had some. They were a little bit larger. And then, lo and behold, here's a box of random Rethreading dies. That one's Chinese. That one's pipe thread. This one's USA. Next up is a Steret 827B edge finder. The B denotes that it's the style with the cone shape on one end. Comes with the pouch, just missing the little flap. This is the only micrometer. He had sold off his micrometers already a while back, I guess. So this is the only micrometer in the whole buy. It actually works perfectly fine, and even the lock works, ratchet works, but unfortunately it is just a Chinese, I think. Yeah, I could just make out Made in China on here. CHUAN brand. I think that's pronounced Huan. I'm not sure. But anyways, and he did have one pair of calipers, and they are digitals. They are Mitutoyo Absolute, well used. The name Mitutoyo is almost completely wiped off from years of use. Absolute Digimatics, but there's nothing wrong with them. They're the older style, so you have to manually turn them on and manually turn them off. Like I said, they do work fine. No case for them, but as luck would have it, I keep all these extra cases I come across, and I have a Mitutoyo case, and it's almost perfect for these. It's just, these are just a tiny bit long. So I'll probably just shave that little piece of plastic right there so that they fit. And actually, I think, actually I don't even have to do that. The case closes with those in there like that, and that actually keeps them from flopping around. So All right, that's nice. I've got my pair of Mitutoyos around here somewhere, and then I've got, for a backup, I've got my Brown and Sharp dial calipers, so I'll probably send these down the road. This is just a little box, a little tray here. Got some drill bits. That's a diamond for dressing a wheel. This is a small little Starrett 6-inch scale. Pretty good shape. This is a dresser that he made. You can see that that's at a very slight angle. So this is for dressing your diamond wheels. Pattern files. And then this box that has Matco punches. Boy, that one, I don't know what the heck was going on there. That one's all chowdered up. Letter B, number punch. We got, oh, that's a scriber. Another heavily ground. Yeah, we got some pretty sad looking punches in here that have been used and abused or reground to purpose. Look at that thing. Huh. Quick stop Quill clamp. This one unfortunately is missing the other one of these. He just stuck a screw in there. So that's going to be the cheapest one of these I've ever sold. We've got an interrapid indicator. Can't read the label on it any longer, but it is it's a horizontal indicator. It's a 312B-2, so it's a 0.5 indicator. There's nothing wrong with it. It works perfectly fine. Dovetails look like they're in decent shape. Engraved. Other than that, got some goodies here. Got one of the holding posts I can see. Got the wrench. Got the clamp. Got the tool for mounting in a height gauge, so that's decent. Quite a few of these already listed and been selling some of my interrapids off, so because I had too many of them. So for that reason, kind of saturated the market on my own page. Now, how the hell does this go in there? An Indicall, genuine Indicall 178, which the 178 model number means that this is for an 1 7/8" quill, which is like your Bridgeports and my Wells Index. Not complete, so we're missing, well, actually we're just missing one rod here to make this a complete set. I'll have to keep on the lookout for that. I'm wondering whether or not that's just kicking around here in this stuff. And this is nice. This is one of the items I spotted in the photograph that he had posted, and of course was thinking, well, depending on what it is, you know, if it's just a generic or whatever, not really valuable, but if it's a Steret, that would be nice. And as it turns out, it's actually a Brown and Sharp 745. Decent quality. Looks like we've got, pretty sure that's a grind mark there, engraved, staining on the bottom, but still usable. And what appears to be the original clamp, which is always nice. Balls. Useful for measuring holes. And the final couple items out of this tray. So in this little wooden box, which is unmarked, but must have had some kind of a cheap Chinese thing in it at some point, is a thread wire set. I have one like this now, so I'll keep one and I'll sell one. And this is probably Chinese. Actually, that's probably what this case is for now that I look at it, because the instruction manual is right in there. So this is for using what they call the 3-wire method for making thread measurements. And a thread gauge, random thread gauge thrown in there for good measure. It's a General, number 777. This was a disappointment. This is a Steret, obviously, from the box, but what's in here is the strangest mashup of Steret depth micrometer parts I've ever seen. Well, case in point, this is a Lufkin 513 depth micrometer. And these rods appear to be a mishmash of what looks to be 1, 2, 3, I would say we've got 4 Sterets in here, and then these two do not look like Sterets, so I'm I'm wondering if these are the Lufkins. Assuming, of course, that this is, yeah, see what's in here? So this is, oh, and look, this one that's in there was ground to a point for a particular purpose. So this is going to be a major disappointment. And I'll tell you what, in the photograph, you could just see that this was a depth micrometer sitting up in the corner there. So, you know, in part one, I explained how he was basically posting the photograph and looking for best offers, and he wasn't allowing anybody initially come out and look at the stuff and examine it. Can you imagine thinking that this was a Starrett depth micrometer set, pretty complete, getting out there and finding out that it's a Lufkin with a couple of modified, well, it looks like he ground, oh, all of these were ground, so interesting, and some extra Starrett rods in a Starrett case.